For this week's video, we are going to take a break from scenes and we are going to take a look at what new goodies we got with firmware 1.4.71. There are 9 new effects, 5 new amps, and 6 new cabs. There is really good reason for bass players to rejoice. 3 of the new effects are for bass players, as well as 4 of the new amps and 5 of the new cabs. In this video, we're going to just do a brief run through of the new goodies that are available for guitarists. Otherwise, if we did a deep dive, we'd be here for well over an hour. Right now, let's open Pro Control. I created a new preset called DB New Guitar Stuff 1.4. The first thing I did was to add the new 59 Bassman Custom. The Tone Master Pro model guide described it as being just like the classic 59 Bassman, but featuring a modified power amp that reduces bass and makes the amp's overdrive tighter for a more rock and roll tone, plus 4 10-inch Celestion greenback speakers. When we click on it, we can see that there's a jumper between the normal channel and the bright channel. This allows you to blend the 2 channels together. Now it has the same controls as a real 59 Bassman, but basically they're in reverse order. The thing about this amp is that it's practically the best old school rock amp that you can find. The default settings are a little bright to me, so I've taken all of the controls and put them at right around 50, except for bass, which stays at 20. If you like a rock and crunchy tone, this amp is it. But turn the volumes to 4 on the front panel, and it cleans up nicely with just a little bit of chime. Let's try it out with my Fender FMT Telecaster. Here's the 59 Bassman Custom, all by itself with the settings that I showed you. Now let's look at the Greenbox 10. Fender describes it as being an overdrive effect inspired by the late 80s cult classic Ibanez TS10 Tube Screamer. If we use the default settings, we can hear an increase in gain, as well as tightening up the signal a bit. It is definitely a more 80s sound. Let's try it out. Now we add the Greenbox. Without the green box, and with the green box. Now let's try the Mythic Drive 2. Fender describes it as being inspired by the silver 90s era Klon Centaur no horse germanium diode overdrive. If we use the default settings, we can hear a bump in the volume as well as a big increase in gain. It's more aggressive than the Greenbox 10. Let's try it out. Here's the Mythic Drive 2. Again, without it, and now with the Mythic Drive 2. Next we get to the stereo harmonic tremolo. Fender describes it as being a modern take on the distinctive Fender harmonic vibrato, tremolo, circuit introduced in early 1960s brown panel amplifiers. The stereo effect produces alternating frequency bands that shift between left and right for a truly amazing sonic effect. Now to my ears, this sounds really similar to the tremolo circuit in the Magnatone amps used by Ry Cooder and Buddy Miller. I found that it's best to back off some of the amp's volume when using this effect. Let's try it out. Okay, now let's try the stereo harmonic tremolo. Then we get to the glooper. Fender says, this incredibly inspiring looping effect is a totally original take on a traditional looper pedal. The glooper creates several simultaneous loops at different speeds that can be adjusted, pitch shifted, frozen, and reversed for super fun creative expression. Now I would have issues using this in a traditional song setting, but it is a boatload of fun in non-traditional situations. Let's take it out for a spin. Okay, now let's try glooper. This is just at default settings. Now we get to the EQ10 Graphic. Fender describes it as being an extended 10-band graphic equalizer featuring additional EQ bands for even more control in sculpting lead and rhythm sounds. I've got to say that I'm surprised that Fender didn't say that it was inspired by the MXR 10-band EQ, because they sure do look very, very similar. I like Tom Bukovac's approach of using an EQ pedal as a boost. I'm going to boost 500 Hz to 4.7 dB, 1K to 6.7 dB, and gain to 6.1. Alright, let's try it out. Okay, now let's try the EQ10 Graphic. Here it is without it. And here it is with it. Again, without it. And with it. Lastly, we get to the virtual capo. Fender describes it as being a polyphonic capo effect that lets the player transpose the instrument tuning up or down by 12 semitones or half steps. Now this pedal is not another version of the pedal shifter. It really feels different and to my ears sounds more natural, especially when playing chords. Let's try it out. Now we're going to try the virtual capo. At first I had it at the end of the signal path, and then I realized that it needs to be the first pedal in the signal path. So here it is with the virtual capo off. And now let's turn it on, and it's going down 2 semitones. Okay, that was going down 2 semitones. Let's go up 3 semitones. Again with it off. And now we'll turn it on. This new stuff is so much fun, and we haven't even tried out the new bass goodies yet. We'll do that in next week's video. So let me know what you think of the new amp and the new effects. What of it do you like? And what of it maybe is not exactly your thing? I would love to see what you're doing with the effects, especially the glooper. Let me know what you do with the glooper. And if you're still here, thank you so much for stopping by and sticking around. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, drop me a line right here and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Now next week we will have all new content for the Tone Master Pro. You don't want to miss that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, have a fantastic holiday week, and I'll be talking with you next Wednesday.